UNHCR di Australia telah menyatakan sokongan mereka dan juga anggapan mereka bahawa apa yang diketengahkan oleh Malaysia melalui perjanjian dengan Australia merupakan sesuatu yang lebih baik daripada apa yang sedia ada di Australia pun. Ini bermakna bahawa cadangan yang kita buat ini merupakan sesuatu yang di luar kotak, dan kalau sekiranya ianya dapat diterima, tidak ada sebab ia tak boleh digunakan sebagai contoh kepada isu yang saya anggap merupakan isu antarabangsa dalam dunia globalisasi pada hari ini. Jadi apa yang dipikirkan, apa yang ditandatangani bukan sesuatu yang mudah, tetapi komitmen, keberanian dan juga pendekatan yang inovatif dan kreatif, tidak bersandarkan kepada formula-formula lama yang jelas tak mampu menangani isu-isu yang dah belenggu dunia selama ini. Perlu dirintis, dan sebab itu kita lihat apa yang dilakukan dengan Australia ini merupakan sebahagian daripada agenda yang lebih besar. Ini termasuklah program 6P, program biometrik, program advanced passenger screening system, termasuklah juga hubungan dua hala dengan China, dengan Bangladesh, dengan UK, dengan Saudi. Kerana dunia hari ini memang dilihat sebagai satu perkampungan sejagat di mana sempadan tidak menjadi halangan kepada jenayah-jenayah yang merentasi had dan batasan negara-negara berkenaan. I'm hoping for it to start once the 6P program is more stabilized and the momentum has picked up. As you know, the 6P program, we've only concluded the first P, which is the registration. We are now going into the second P, the pemutihan. We have another 4 more. And maybe in the context of enforcement nanti, we can start looking at the screening. Because what that does is that we do not filter at the point of entry with the biometric. What we are trying to do now is to filter even before they leave the country of origin. And this is something that I am pioneering with China especially. They're saying about the conditions when we compare what we have agreed under the arrangements with Australia, Malaysia and Australia, when compared with the existing regime and framework, and what they're debating on Papua New Guinea, Nauru and all this, what we are proposing seems to look very good. So basically, it might be just a question of legal interpretation and the political will of the situation. But in the case of Malaysia, whatever happens, we are looking at it in many aspects. So this is just one small aspect of a bigger picture when we're looking at transnational crime, when we're looking at movement of people, information, money, and also goods in a borderless world. We'll give you my officers will give you a copy of it. No need, because it was actually reported in the Australian press. Because it doesn't affect us, whatever happens in Australia, kesan dia tak ada apa-apa kepada Malaysia. Yang penting sekarang ini ialah untuk kita memastikan bahawa apa yang boleh kita buat sekarang, kita buat. Mana yang mungkin kita tergendala kerana keputusan mahkamah atau pindaan di dalam parlimen negara masing-masing, kita tunggulah perkembangannya. We have a KPI because from the 2.3 million, 1 million have got employers. The illegal workers is 1.3 million. And I was told that the numbers of those who do not have employers under the illegal workers is not that big, maybe about 50,000 or a bit more. So that is more than enough to be absorbed in the present market. Only that we have just recently advertised for local companies to give the opportunities to Malaysians first. Once the Malaysians do not take up those empty slots, then we can then fill them up with foreign workers who are already here. They are not new foreign workers. On the issue of human rights, it involves UNHCR, it involves IOM, International Organization for Migration, and what we had with Australia was with the consent of these two international bodies. So basically, if there are any human rights issues and arguments, it would have been dealt with by these international bodies.
So haven't set the date for the first when you're going to implement this one?
We can't, because one, there is a court injunction. Secondly, the Australian government is bringing an amendment to their laws, which is being debated in Australia right now. In fact, in November, we're having another joint working committee with Australia, which was set up last year, and this is the 6th meeting that we are going to have. So basically, life moves on. Sharing of intelligence, sharing of information, sharing of technology, targeting and identifying syndicates who are the biggest culprit. And the whole reason why we're doing this is to send a message to the syndicates that don't look at Malaysia or Australia as a country of destination or transit anymore. Because the numbers itself is not going to make any difference. 4,000 to Australia from Malaysia, from a number of 94,000. What I mentioned in the day one just now was 84 as of May. The latest figures in August is 94,000. So even if I send 4,000 to Australia, it's not going to make a lot of difference to the 90,000 that are already here. What we are trying to do is to send a message to the syndicates: do not look at Malaysia and Australia as a safe destination anymore. This is a phenomena that most countries are going to face. This is a phenomena that is not going to be resolved immediately. It is something that is a legacy that we have looked into, not something new, as we said with the Vietnamese boat people, which took 20 years to resolve in the 70s. So basically, it has to be done. And I don't see any solution from any other body, NGO, outside the box to resolve this issue. So we are taking a creative and quite a brave approach, but we are facing some legal technicalities, but it will not stop us from moving ahead.